reflection, I would say Tafakkur is another important one, and that's connected to, they're all interconnected, but this one's particularly connected to knowledge of God. So when we say Tafakkur or reflection, it means to reflect, meditate, cogitate, ponder, muse, speculate, revolve in one's mind, think over, contemplate, and consider. The word Tafakkur is mentioned in the Quran 17 times. Now, Colin Turner, who's a contemporary theologian, he writes, or he explains that reflection is the contemplation upon the signs of God. The cosmos is perceived to be a large showcase in which these signs are revealed to humankind by the Creator. With the wise use of reason, one gains knowledge of these signs and thus in turn attains knowledge of God, the revealer of the signs. So by looking at the creation, a person gets to know the Creator. But, you know, when you see something that's absolutely stunning, and which is very easy when you reflect on nature, and you think, you know, how beautiful this creation is, how beautiful must the Creator be? So when you reflect in this way, you're connecting what you see in creation to the Creator. And this goes with and this is predominantly done through the names of God. But, you know, just another example is the compassion. There's actually, you know, there's a hadith, an incident with Prophet Muhammad where he sees a woman and she loses her child for a moment. She's in a public space, crowded public space, and momentarily she loses her child there. If you have children, I'm sure you've experienced that at least once in your lifetime. I have, when my kids were younger. And it is terrifying. You know, you just think of the worst situations. When I say lose them, like in the shopping center, they might just wander off for a split second and you think, where are they? Oh my God. And you start to freak out. So in this case, this lady, woman, she couldn't find her child for a while. Then she found her child. She started to hug her child and nurse her child. And the Prophet, you know, to his companions said, do you think this mother would throw her child in the fire? And they said no, because they can see how compassionate and caring she was. And he said, God is more compassionate than this mother is towards her child. So that incident, you know, provides us good insight on how we connect what we see around us to the qualities of God. So compassion is the name of God that we manifest, we mirror, we reflect, let's say, in our everyday life. Obviously, some people do it better than others, but when you see a moment like that of intense compassion, you think of compassion. And the point being made through what Prophet Muhammad was trying to say is that the compassion you're seeing is just like a minute amount of the compassion God has. So through reflection of this nature, you really get to know God by observing your surroundings, by observing nature, by observing the happenings, I guess. Mind you, sometimes you look, when you're observing, especially where humans are involved, you realize sometimes it's through contrast. So if you see injustice, it reminds you of the importance of justice or God's justice. So there's a few different aspects to that. But it's the reflection is not only with, you know, getting to know God through our reflection, by reading the cosmos, by using our intellect, but also reflecting on ourselves, reflecting on our behavior, reflecting on our deeds, reflecting on other people's actions and its consequences. So reflection is a very powerful way of purifying the ego as well, in that sense, because we learn so much through our intellectual, evaluation of situations. We learn so much, and we learn we learn how we shouldn't be pampering our ego. We learn what isn't good for our ego, and so forth. So reflection is a key one.